Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Fractal Bitcoin. This show's about Bitcoin and it's about the collapse of fiat, but really it's about your prosperity in the future. For real. So let's get right to the Bitcoin price. Today, right now, it's at $63,258. You can see, yeah, we've come down again today, just a little bit. This is our second day coming down after 5 days of a really nice pump. And, you know, the market needs a little time to cool off for sure. So, yeah, and it's been almost 8 years since Bitcoin last saw this bullish cross. After that, we saw the 2017 bull run. Do what you want with the information. I'm just saying it happened again. I actually couldn't find out which moving averages these are, this blue line and then the yellow line. But if you know, please comment. But yeah, you could see they last crossed in 2016, meaning the blue crossed over the yellow, and this is just happening now again. And it didn't happen last cycle, notably, in 2021, or actually this would be 2020. Yeah, we didn't come down far enough. The blue line didn't come underneath the yellow at all that time. But this time, it's just like 2016. I don't know if this is the end of 2015. But yeah, this is definitely a bullish sign. Yeah, here's another chart here. This is the NVT ratio. It's an important indicator for Bitcoin. It hits the lowest negative number in the past 2.5 years, worse than the collapse during Luna or the correction of the summer of last year or after the Bitcoin listing. I guess the ETF he means. Yeah, the correction is over. Buckle up, right? Here we go. And you can see here, let me move myself out of the way. Yeah, you could see here we're at this indicator is at the lowest point it's been at in a long, long time. So this means we're getting to the bottom, even though the price didn't come down. But this is how the cycles reset, right? So this means we're going a lot higher starting now, pretty much. So that's good news. And let's get into some other adoption news, big adoption news. Trump apparently said Jamie Dimon was, very negative, and now all of a sudden he's changed his tune a little bit on Bitcoin. Yeah, and the article title here from Forbes is, he's changed his tune. Trump reveals JP Morgan CEO, suddenly Bitcoin and crypto flip amid huge price surge. So yeah, Jamie Dimon, he was always against Bitcoin, but of course, whatever. Bitcoin converts everyone in time. And so also the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, guess what he said? Bitcoin has, quote, staying power, end quote. Yeah, staying power. Yeah, here we go. These are big guys in the fiat world. These are big, influential people. These are pretty much the most influential people. And they're saying these positive things about Bitcoin. They're coming around, being supportive of Bitcoin, at least not calling it rat poison and for criminals, right? And here's another one. I talked about Mark Cuban yesterday. Yeah, Dream Chaser here, which is a great account on Nostr, Dream Chaser, says, only took 4 years to go from I would rather have bananas to global currency. Yeah, Mark Cuban completely changed his mind. And this brings us, so these last three little stories I shared underscore this quote here, which is the most important quote, one of the most important quotes in Bitcoin. It's not important. It just shows what happens. First, they ignore you. Then they laugh at you. Then they fight you. Then you win. This is what happens with Bitcoin, right? First, they ignore you. Then they fight you. No, sorry. Then they laugh at you. Then they fight you. Then you win. I love it. Like clockwork. All right. Now there are rumors growing. And these are rumors from the UK because it's spelled with a U. I don't know if that's true, but anyway, that's the UK spelling. But rumors are growing that Trump will announce a Bitcoin strategic reserve policy for the United States next week. Now, this is a rumor, but this is basically, if Trump does come out and say this, probably next week at Bitcoin 2024, the big conference in Nashville, I mean, again, these are rumors, but if he comes out and says, yeah, the United States is going to start stockpiling Bitcoin as a strategic reserve, that's huge in terms of adoption, right? And I just want to say here that there are a lot of people who, there are many people who don't want the governments involved in Bitcoin. There are people who don't want billionaires involved in Bitcoin, right? There are people, the same people, they just want Bitcoin for the normies, the regular people, right? We want it to get away from the US dollar and all these corrupt fiat currencies. But here's the thing about Bitcoin. You can't stop governments from getting into it. You can't stop billionaires from getting into it. You can't stop it. Bitcoin's for everyone. So everyone is going to get involved in Bitcoin. You can't stop it. So why fight against it, right? Bitcoin will take care of all the nonsense. Bitcoin is doing all the heavy lifting. You and I don't have to do anything except stay humble and stack sats, right? So yeah, all right, well, subscribe to the channel while you're thinking about it, if you'd like to. And let's get into a couple stories of some fiat and government nonsense. Yeah, this is amazing. I don't know if you've seen this. Trump moved just in time. It was this close. Look at this. And then he turned his head, right? That's where the shooter was aiming. And then literally 0.3 seconds before he shot, Trump turns his head and it hit his ear. I mean, I'm just saying, that's amazing. It's incredible. Yeah, anyway. All right, Biden tests positive for COVID. Look at his face, his greatest. Anyway, this is how they're going to get rid of Biden. They're going to say he has COVID and he's old, so we got to get rid of him. He's too sick to whatever. Anyway. All right, now, this is just in. Biden may quit this weekend. Okay, President Biden may decide to drop out of the presidential race as soon as this weekend, per Axios. Obama urges Biden to reconsider his campaign as path to victory is narrow. And Pelosi tells Biden the polls have him losing. And here's, this is a great one, Biden and Obama, it's over. I love ice cream. Okay. Anyway, look, these are kind of big news stories that are going to impact sentiment everywhere around the world. So that's why I'm just reporting this stuff. But yeah, here, CBDC versus Bitcoin. It's either Bitcoin or slavery. Of course, CBDC is central bank digital currency. This is what the governments are going to roll out to control you and me. We don't want them. Bitcoin or slavery. And we're not going to go through this, but this just shows you the difference between a CBDC and Bitcoin, right? The supply. Of course, with a CBDC, there's endless supply. It's like fiat on steroids. They're going to devalue your CBDC quicker than they devalue your US dollar. And of course, Bitcoin is capped at 21 million. And you can go through, stop the video here, pause the video, and you can look at all this. It's amazing. Bitcoin is just a next level invention. And it's what we need. So yeah, these are all the details. All right, now don't underestimate the power of Bitcoin. As per Alex Gladstein, Bitcoin is anti-fascist technology. Check. Bitcoin is anti-imperial technology, anti-ruling class technology, anti-communist technology, anti-forever war technology, anti-megacorporation technology, and anti-tyrant technology. Yeah, none of these things can happen with Bitcoin. It's beautiful, right? All right, now here from CoinDesk, U.S. listed Bitcoin miners' share of global hash rate reached a record in July, as per J.P. Morgan. And yeah, so that means all the Bitcoin miners in the U.S., they now account for a high, well, this is a record, but 26.6% of the global hash rate now it exists in the United States right now. So I thought that was interesting. I mean, I don't know. What does it mean? Who knows? There's miners all around. And it's pretty much guaranteed that, I just realized my hoodie is fading in and out. Anyway, I've been hearing that China might unban Bitcoin. So then a bunch of people are going to start mining in China. But anyway, I just thought this was an interesting thing. Right now, 26.6% of the global hash rate is in the United States. And here's an article about support for open source Bitcoin developers. Yeah, Arthur Hayes' Maelstrom Fund launches Bitcoin developer grant program. Yeah, so there's a grant program for Bitcoin developers, and this is great. We need more of this. We need more building on Bitcoin because Bitcoin is obviously a burgeoning market, a burgeoning technology, and it's going to infiltrate the whole world, and we're going to need a lot of apps and everything. We're going to need to develop lots of new things. So this apparently this Maelstrom Fund is supporting open source Bitcoin developers. And also, don't forget, I report quite often on OpenSats. It's another organization that supports Bitcoin and Nostr development. Oh, yeah, Nostr.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Nostr. Yeah, so this is when a word can mean something different according to who you are describing. Biden, shot. Trump, shot. Right? Context. All right, and here is the Netflix adaptation. This is so good. Oh. You get it because everything, all this woke garbage, every movie they make now, they got to put a person of color into a lead role where a white person was or should be. Anyway, I thought this was just absolutely hilarious. This is our website, fractalbitcoin.com. Click this link on the very top right here. It says join our locals community. And come over here to our locals. It's free to join. I post the episodes here, but I also post exclusive little short videos throughout the week. So that's it for today. That's the news. I hope you're doing great. Let's see, Bitcoin, again, we went up a little, but we're just kind of hanging now. Let's see when we're going to pop. It's going to be exciting. So please subscribe to the channel. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Rumble, follow the channel and definitely join the locals. And I'll see you tomorrow for tomorrow's Bitcoin news video.
Oh, forget it.
Oh, yeah.